saying, Ted. I mean, even though we stand alone, we stand together.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare for landing. Fasten your seatbelts. Thank you for flying Air Force Airlines. Over me. Call me the captain. Just blaze.
They say family that plays.
Throughout the past century, the home run has held a special place in baseball, and I have been privileged to hold this record for 33 of those
Brennan,
years.
who joins us from Washington. Morning after, Christine. What do you have to say? What's your headline?
I think the headline, Diane, is that this is a tainted record, absolutely, and that as history marches along, it will be seen in worse and worse light as more evidence comes out that Bonds did, in fact, use performance-enhancing drugs. So this is the steroid era in baseball, and he is the king of that.
Yeah, but on this day after the night before, there is no conviction here.
No conviction that he did or did not use steroids?
That he did. I mean, there is no conviction under the law that he did.
Oh. Right. Well, of course, we're hearing the cheers of San Francisco fans. What we do know is this. We can use our eyes. You can look at Barry Bonds, pictures of him when he was a Pittsburgh Pirate, thin and svelte. Look at him now. And does that happen to most people? That's one test. Another is that he hit 5 of his 6 best home run production seasons, Diane, occurred after the age of 35. And I think finally the big thing for me is that in his own words, in leaked grand jury testimony, which is unfortunate that it was leaked, nonetheless, we now know that he said he used substances that we know are performance-enhancing drugs.
You bring up his home runs, and you're right. He hit, what, 292 home runs in his first 10 years in baseball, and something like 464 in the last 12. Usually baseball players taper off. They don't ramp up at the second half of their career. But, you know, you listened to Hank Aaron last night, and he seemed to give Barry Bonds absolution.
He did, George, and I hate to be a killjoy because I love sports and I love baseball. I grew up loving baseball. But I think because of what we know from the Olympic era, from all of the things that have happened in the last 20 years, that we have to have our eyes open to this. And frankly, the Hank Aaron thing surprised me because he was not there. Bud Selig was not there. Bud Selig, the commissioner of baseball, didn't even want to be seen in a picture, he told me, because of how history will judge him. So I think the fact that Hank Aaron wasn't there speaks louder than the fact that he did have that taped congratulations, but that did surprise me, George, that Hank Aaron appeared on the screen.
So bottom line, you think he's going to be remembered more like Pete Rose and Mark McGwire than Babe Ruth and Hank Aaron?
And maybe we can throw in the East German women swimmers or track stars from 30, 35 years ago. Again, those tainted athletes who we found out later definitely used performance-enhancing drugs and cheated not only their sport but also the fans.
Bob, I'm pretty sure your hat size is not supposed to grow a size at the age of 38. That's just my sort of...
Yeah, your hat size not supposed to grow. Your shoe size isn't supposed to grow 2 or 3 sizes. And you're not supposed to go, at age 38, from a lifetime batting average of 290 and all of a sudden hit 370 and 362.
Yeah, no.
You're not supposed to have a lifetime slugging percentage of 556, which is good but nowhere near the top of the list. Lifetime slugging average of 556, then slug 863 and have 2 other seasons over 800 and one at 799 in your late 30s and early 40s. It's incredible to maintain a high level of performance when most players are declining, let alone to improve stratospherically over anything you've ever done with an established pattern of performance for 13, 14 years, or anyone in the whole history of the game has ever done. If those statistics can be taken at face value, Barry Bonds is not only the greatest baseball player who ever lived, he's a greater baseball player than Michael Jordan was a basketball player, or Tiger Woods is a golfer, or anybody else you want to name, if you want to believe it. I don't believe it.
Senator Obama, were you president of the United States today, would you honor Barry Bonds at the White House?
Well, first of all, he's still got to hit one more, and it's been taking a while. And I had the opportunity to meet Hank Aaron just this past weekend. It reminded me of what sports should be. And that is something that young people can look up to. Now, Barry Bonds has been a remarkable baseball player, and I honor his achievement. But I hope that all of us are focused on making sure that sports is something that kids can look up to, not something that they start feeling cynical about. We've got enough cynicism in politics without having cynicism in our sports teams as well.
Was that a no, sir? Or a yes?
like I said, he hasn't done it yet. So.
Back up. This is an up-close look at the media crush that engulfed Barry Bonds and his wife this morning. And listen closely, and you'll hear the only thing he had to say to the media.
Carmen, Barry, watch out, you guys are hitting my wife, please.
And yes, there was a touch of a circus-like atmosphere here today. And look at this scene from about 10 yards away, because really what it looks like is a media cocoon that simply swarms and swallows its subject. In this case, it was Barry Bonds.
There's a lot of people here tonight, over here. Oh. There's a lot of people here tonight who helped you get here, but one person who's not able to be here is Greg Anderson. If he happens to be watching TV right now, is there a message you'd like to send out to him?
Why are we in that conversation?
Just looking around, there's a lot of people
just another negative question. I'm not going to get into that.
Danny?
I would like to offer my congratulations to Barry Bonds on becoming baseball's career home run leader. It is a great accomplishment which requires skill, longevity, and determination.
Like one and the same, on the right track, but I was on the wrong train. It's like that, now you gotta face the pain, and the devil's got a fresh new place to play. In your brain like a maze, you can never escape the rain. Every damn day's the same shade of gray. Hey, I used to have a little bit of a plan, used to have a concept of where I stand, but that concept slipped right out of my hand, and now I don't really even know who I am. Yo, what do I have to say? Maybe I should do what I have to do to break free, and whatever happens to you, we'll see, but it's not gonna happen with me. I guess that this is where we've come to. If you don't want to, then you don't have to believe me, but I will be there when you go down. Just so you know now, you're on your own now, believe me. Back then, I thought you were just like me, somebody who could see all the pain I see, but you proved to me unintentionally that you would self-destruct eventually. Now I'm thinking like the mistake I made doesn't hurt, but it's not gonna work, cause it's really much worse than I thought. I wished you were something you were not, and now this guilt is really all that I got. You turn your back and walk away in shame. All you got is a memory of pain.